Most of us think compulsively all the time. That is to say, we talk to ourselves. If I talk all the time, I don't hear what anyone else has to say. If I think all the time, that is to say, if I talk to myself all the time, I don't have anything to think about except thoughts. Therefore, I'm living entirely in the world of symbols. Therefore, if you meditate for an ulterior motive, that is to say, to improve your mind, to improve your character, to be more efficient in life, you've got your eye on the future and you are not meditating. Well, meditation, when correctly done, has nothing to do with all that. It's a kind of digging the present. It's a kind of grooving with the eternal now. The place where it's at is simply here and now. If you simply close your eyes and allow yourself to hear all the sounds that are going on around you, just listen to the general hum and buzz of the world as if you were listening to music. Don't try to identify the sounds you're hearing. Don't put names on them. Simply allow them to play with your eardrums. It's all just sound. And if I am talking to you right now when you're doing this, don't try to make any sense out of what I'm saying, because your brain will take care of that automatically. You don't have to try to understand everything. As you hear sounds coming up in your head, thoughts, you simply listen to them as part of the general noise going on, just as you would be listening to the sound of my voice, or just as you would be listening to cars going by, or to birds chattering outside the window. So look at your own thoughts as just noises. And soon you will find that the so-called outside world and the so-called inside world come together. They are a happening. Your thoughts are a happening, just like the sounds going on outside. And everything is simply a happening, and all you're doing is watching it. It's all just sound. The place where it's at is simply here and now.
Alrighty, guys, what is up? Evan Aldo here. Give me 1 second. Just wanted to setting it up. I'm at a yearly little New England summer, so experiencing that, which has been cool. And yeah, so let's see if we have. Just wanted to make sure it's everything here. Where did I put? Apologies for the little. Just want to get the chat up. Where are you guys? What did I do? Let's see. Okay, so we got this. Yeah, we got the trades up. BloFin's been a new one I've been messing with a little bit. I don't have a trade in open on that one right now. What I had the had my Bybit trade up. Now the big thing here, I just want to make sure to get the chat so I can see what you guys engage with you guys. Oh boy, let me just see what's oh, here we go. Oh, okay. Now I know what's going on. Okay. Now we know what's happening. Okay, give me just one more second. Move this guy over to our other screen. Doing it with this 2 screens. Typically we have 3, so in the studio. So What is up, Eric? What's up, Flesk? Okay, I appreciate you guys. How's the mic sound? I think it should sound pretty good. Got the Rode mic, and yeah. So the AVAX trade has, has proven to be a pretty good one. Really happy about the AVAX trade here, and so I'm happy with that. And here's the I got another one open. We've been doing the copy trading on FAIRDESK. If you guys are interested in that, if you sign up with my link on FAIRDESK and go to copy trades and find the trader, type in Evanaldo, it'll come up. Some of you guys I was looking at, some of you guys have done pretty well. Some of you guys have done pretty well with my trades so far. Hopefully that keeps up. No promises there. I think we're going to continue to do well, but obviously no promises. I know copy trading, everybody would be doing it and be making millions if it was that easy to just copy people. I think we could do well, though. I think we could do well, but we'll see. What's up, Wonderbar? I know some of you guys, like I said, some of you guys have done really well. One of you guys made $1,000 so far in just a week, which is pretty good. Obviously, I don't know how much money so-and-so had in their account, but, So, yeah. And, yeah, so... Look, I mean, like CryptoFace was saying, I briefly kind of watched his video earlier. Like he was saying, we probably are going to come up a bit more, into the 4th of July, into a halving year, a bullish year, and I would argue, probably could come up into July. Like I've been saying, guys, look, this would be probably the first potential place where maybe, just maybe, we have bottomed out and we're kind of home free, and we'll continue to hopefully make a new all-time high by end of summer or by election. Now, if the summer is really boring, you could just maybe gradually go up, bounce around 64K for a minute, between 70 to 60K for a minute, then break up towards the end of September, end of summer, September, or whatever. We'll see what happens. We'll talk about, did I have a stream? I don't think I streamed yet after the debate. I've been, because I was traveling on Friday. I was in New York City with a couple people, and yeah. And then trigger waves forming. So yeah, I mean, there's that double bottom potentially. I mean, in the most bullish of circumstances, if you break upward from this giant, it's a double top of there. That's an M pattern also, kind of that double bottom there. So you're either going to break upward eventually and hit, 87, 90K. Earliest I could kind of see that happening is probably end of year. Or you break downward and eventually hit 48K. 48K is the inception of the Bitcoin ETF. So, I mean, it's not impossible to go back to those areas. It's definitely not impossible to go back to those areas. The ETH long I had in over on Bybit as well. That's into. So yeah, just kind of waiting these out. And there's another ETH long that I've had in that we'll talk about once it hits first take profit. But you want more info on that, link in the description below for the Aldo Empire VIP Discord. If you want a free month in there, if you sign up to any of the exchanges down below. BloFin is good because BloFin's a good one to use. I would recommend them right now, especially if you're not able to use MEXC anymore. FAIRDESK is great as well. Ones that you don't need a VPN, I believe, and at least don't need KYC. If you are comfortable with KYCing, Bybit is probably the best bet in my opinion. Old faithful exchange with a lot of high liquidity. So yeah, got all three of those down there below. BloFin, funny word, BloFin, Bybit, and FAIRDESK down below. If you sign up to any of those, deposit at least $100, I'll give you one free month in the Discord. Just open a support ticket with your UID. We'll get you started. A lot of good people in there. Got a lot of good analysts. So if you guys want to do some coaching calls too, we can do a coaching call with Nightshade or KMac or CBZ or even me if you got the money. No, I'm just kidding. It's pretty reasonably priced, I think. Some people don't know we offer those, so I just wanted to mention it. Here we go. Okay, we should be back up. Apologies for that fucking damn VPN. Oh, shoot. Now it shows the stream isn't even on. Boy, are we... Yeah, it's the first time in a new location. Always this happens. I don't know why my laptop's overheating, my allergies. Everything's going off the rails right now. I think we're still okay, though. We're on. Good. Thank you so much, Johnny. Appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Okay, so let's move on with the stream. So look, I mean, somewhat of a weird head and shoulder situation here on ETH, potentially breaking upward higher to somewhere between like 36 to high 36s. Spiral line 3,800 could be back in the cards, especially, you know, breaking out of this, you know, kind of area. So yeah. Trigger right there. So I think that could be the next trigger back up to this point or higher. Definitely wouldn't be shorting at the moment. Well, I mean, there's always depending on what kind of short you're doing, but yeah, I think you got a good shot of continuing. These yellow X's a lot of times, I mean, you got money flow coming up potentially, you know, breaking up to 66.7 or something of that nature. Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that. I think that's going to be the big point. Now, how would you trade this? I mean, the trade price should have been entered, obviously, yesterday was a Sunday, but you still could probably get away with some type of situation like maybe, I mean, you could still maybe just about get a 1-to-1 if you're going under this point, maybe. You could get screwed, but, you know, but I mean, based on money flow, based on that 2-day, you should be okay, you know. Oh, that could be good because I mean, the swing low really is here, but you probably could get away with a 1-to-1 like that. That's probably the safer trade I would try to take here. I'm going to just post that in Discord. Right now. And yeah, here would be... And so it's a little bit freebie. Here would be the BTC long trade for those a little late to the pump. And I think you got a good shot of it, you know. A 1-to-1 risk reward ratio, you got a good shot of it. I mean, most likely, I'd say you got at least a 60-70% chance of potentially hitting this, you know, if we do come up. You may have to wait a little bit if we do play some ping pong here. I mean, don't get too scared if it comes down back to 62 or whatever, but yeah, I mean, that's that possibility of jumping upward. Obviously, it's not always gonna, you know, always gonna work out. Not every trade is always gonna work out, but yeah, that's that possibility there. Dixie's interesting. I think CryptoFace was looking at the Dixie. I mean, right to that. And then money flow generally kind of coming up here. So, I don't know. Kind of in between. This thing is the hardest one to read. Kind of neutral. We were talking about Tesla. Tesla is looking good. It's still coming up a bit. Glad I got into Tesla. I got in around 196 or something, so I'm pretty happy with that. I think blue chip NASDAQ stocks, and yes, I sort of consider Tesla to be a blue chip NASDAQ stock, would probably continue forward into the end of the year. Where could Tesla end up by the end of the year? Hell, maybe even 300, maybe even close to that. Who knows? I do think Tesla's going to come back. I think there's a lot of fear for that, but I mean, yeah, from a technical perspective, it looks good. I mean, it does look very good. And then if we look at like Tesla versus Apple for, oh, wrong one, run. You needed 2 A's, but Tesla versus Apple, big area right there. The other one too, that Tesla versus, I don't know, NASDAQ, big area. Now that's starting to look better. I mean, that monthly doesn't get much better. Last time we had this, you outperformed the NASDAQ by 10x. Now, you're probably not going to get that, but I mean, or five, I mean, you could get maybe, you know, back up to these points and continue. I think it's going to be a nice jump against the NASDAQ. We haven't broken that major structure, and I think you will continue to outperform the NASDAQ for Tesla. I think Tesla's like, I mean, obviously NVIDIA was the best one to buy to try to outperform the NASDAQ, but I think Tesla's the new one that's going to really start to outperform the NASDAQ, and I think that could be, you know, we could see that happen for years to come. So that's going to be good. And they own some... Excuse me. And they own a little bit of Bitcoin too. So it's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. So TSLL 2x. I think this is going to do very well, hopefully. But that's a little bit more risky. You know, if we look at, I'm just curious about like the 30-year. I know it's been creeping up a little bit. I don't know if it's a major cause for concern. I think you'll kind of be range bound until like they actually pivot. When are they going to pivot? It's looking like I think the odds were getting a little bit lower than they have been. I just want to look at the Fed Watch tool quickly here. Come on. Come on. So July, we obviously know is probably going to be a pause unless something crazy happens. September 64, basically 60-40, I would say. You know, I think most likely September you will see a cut. I mean, at this point, you know, if we want to talk about the election, I mean, when I first saw that debate, I was just like, this is so bad that it's like too good to be true for Trump. There's got to be something that ends up happening, but I don't know. You know, usually if you go and like predict it, for example, I mean, usually these odds are, if we just want to look at the odds of presidency, I mean, the thing too is like if they replace Biden, does that help them? I mean, who are they going to replace him with? Kamala? Will she do any better? Will Newsom do any better? Maybe Newsom would do a little bit better. Will Hillary Clinton do any better? Will Michelle Obama do any better? I don't know. None of these, honestly, if I had to guess, probably not. So yeah. Hmm. 60-40 for Wisconsin. So as of right now, Trump basically has it in the bag. Which, I mean, unless, like, if the Fed just fully accepts that, you know, it's going to be a Trump victory, then who do they care to wait till after the election to cut rates or whatever? So, yeah, it's an interesting thing. It's definitely an interesting situation that we have found ourselves in, I would argue. Um, so, yeah. Or we want this to be lower, I think. I don't know. This one, I don't know. Just keep that one up. Whatever. But yeah, I mean that's what we're looking at. So people are saying Michelle Obama. Do you guys think Michelle Obama will do better against Trump than Biden? I don't even think so, honestly. I don't think they're. If I had to guess, could be wrong. I don't think they're going to replace Biden. His family urged him to stay in the race. Um, I, I mean, he's kind of sounded the same as he sounded a lot. I mean, the debate shouldn't have surprised too many people. So yeah, I think it's still. I think Biden's probably still their best chance. I mean, let's say they replace Biden with Hillary. Let's say Naval Ravikant, talked about that possibility. Hillary already lost to Trump. Why would you replace Biden with somebody who lost to Trump? It doesn't really make sense. I mean, and then the thing too is like Biden didn't sound any worse than he's always sounded in the past few years. So, that's just what they're going with. Will he debate Trump again? I mean, Trump would probably be smart to say no. I don't want to debate him again. Um, if Trump does debate him again, I can't imagine Biden could do any worse. I can't imagine. Like, I feel like it could only potentially help Biden if he debates him again. But as of right now, look, what I've been like when I know I think I posted on Twitter like saying it's not completely over for Biden or whatever because Trump's sentencing coming up. I was just in so much disbelief. I was like, this is going too well for Trump. There has to be something we're missing here. But really, I think I've been, my prediction since kind of 2021 was Trump runs, gets the nomination, and defeats Biden in 2024. And I'm gonna stick to that prediction for now. And I think that's a likely prediction, a very likely prediction. The only thing going against Trump, I think, is one, the sentencing is coming up, but that doesn't even mean that much. Two, the person that wins the first debate usually loses the election. But I mean, this debate was just, and the person ahead in the polls in June or early summer usually loses the election. But I mean, this seems like it'll be a different situation. Nvidia playing around here. I mean, I do think you have kind of topped out at least against the Nasdaq for a minute. You know what I mean? Like, if we look at Nasdaq, I mean, weekly bear div against the Nasdaq. I mean, I think you kind of have topped out against the Nasdaq. I mean, if we just compare this to kind of, you got a 500x against the Nasdaq. I mean, from that point upward. I mean, can you get a 10x like Tesla did? Maybe, but I think you're gonna finally, kind of drop down against the Nasdaq, and some of that money is gonna be put into Tesla. I would not be betting against Elon Musk in any way right now. Zcash, just a bleeder. Maybe a jump off of here. We'll see what happens, especially if the whole crypto market kind of recovers, but Zcash kind of, there's better things to buy, such as Avalanche, I think, which is a really one of my favorite cryptos, which is a pretty safe bet, and I think will continue forward. I generally like how this looks. That's the long I'm in, $5,000. I risked $5,000 in this damn long, and it worked out, so that's pretty good. And then breaking back above, I got him to 39. BLZ. I feel like I know what that is, right? What is BLZ? Is that a crypto? No, actually, I don't think I've looked at this yet. Oh, man. Big area right here. It's hard to say with a new one that I know nothing about. It is a little worrisome that it just keeps breaking downward. That 4 days worrisome. I think there's better things to mess with, but you could see a jump from maybe a little bit lower from where we're at right now. So, yeah. Near was, I believe, down. Well, yeah, that's a big, let me just go on the Binance chart, but that's a big area, and I kind of like that double bottom on near, and I think this could kind of continue here. I kind of like how near looks, especially that weekly trigger. I think that weekly trigger for a lot of these guys is going to be what kind of gives us the second half of this bull run, and potentially, this is kind of my guess. It probably will be more extended than January to 25, but kind of my guess would be a run to like maybe $40 early next year, early to mid next year, and then maybe some later kind of jumps in the end of next year. But like starting to DCA out once you get to like that $40 range or $30 range, excuse me, because that's a big. Let's just see what that jump would be if you were to do something of that nature. Okay, $40, yeah. I'm not, yeah. I mean that's a 600%, return. It's pretty damn good. So yeah, and if we look at Atom as another one, for example, just a basic TA we could do here, just hoping you hold this damn level, which I think you should. I hope you will. I really hope you will here. And yeah, that could be a good buy too. And I think that alts, even if they do bleed a little bit more against Bitcoin, I think that with the Fed eventually, as long as they pivot by the damn end of the year, I mean, I think we're going to do pretty good with alts. Total minus Tether versus Bitcoin. Trying to jump back up from there. Maybe it could come down a little bit farther, but we're getting to that point. I mean, we're getting to that point in this cycle where the alts are gonna teach Bitcoin, that it's really our. I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah. Crow. Oh, Zero. You're probably not even talking about Crow. I want to look at Crow though. That I think, yeah. That's you're probably gonna hit that potential setup on Crow. I kind of like how Crow looks. I think you're going to jump up a bit. The 9 cent mark is pretty good for Crow, and in my opinion, I kind of like how this looks. So yeah, kind of do like how this looks. Oh, the other one I wanted to look at how Sex Token was doing. Sex Token. Weekly's pretty good. Double bottom there. This is one Lanicore would like to trade, but yeah, I could see a little jump on Sex Token. Don't know. Is there a ZRO? Yeah, there is layer 0. This seems like a joke, jumping up there. Big area right here. I don't know what'll happen. It still looks decent though. Okay, we didn't fully look at Sol because I got distracted with some other crap. But that's the. Hawk to a. I mean, that's gonna be, yeah. I mean, it's gonna be hard to really like, because it's just so new. I mean, you could argue, green Heiken-Ashi candle or whatever. I was wondering how's Tate's doing. This I feel like has like, if I were to mess with the meme coin, I would probably bet on Tate, but I have no idea. I mean, is this really his coin or did somebody just make this? I don't even know. Um, Not was doing good now, just collapsing. Yeah. How about Jupe? Hmm. Yeah, it came down, hit that area. Yeah, could be a decent buy. Hard to say. The one that's really been disappointing lately has been Helium. That's a disappointment and a half there. But I like that weekly. I think you could see something happen. I think you will jump here. Maybe just too much hype too early on. But I do like it at the discount it's at right now. I mean, I wouldn't bet the farm on this, but yeah, down 70%. Hmm. H&T. I mean, I think there's a lot of good opportunities in these markets. I'll say that. I mean, I think there's a lot of decent opportunities. Mm, yeah, right here. That area. It could come down farther. I mean, Vela. I don't know. I mean, I think not really enough data on this. I mean, I think this looks good though. I mean, on the daily, that would be the good gamble. And then if it goes to come down a little bit farther, it's not that big a deal. Hopefully, you recover. So yeah, I do think it's a good gamble. Again, I don't know much about this. For all I know, this could just be a bunch of bullshit that just goes to zero. So take what I say about it with a couple only. Take it with a grain of salt, but it can come back here. I want to look at render. That's a big point on render. I was looking at lower points, but I mean, that's where we hit off. That's like, this is the first like big place that you could potentially kind of bottom out at, and the trigger wave is forming. So, I mean, I'm not saying you bottomed, but I'm saying you got a decent shot. That's all I'm saying here is you just got a decent shot. You know what I mean? Yeah, you could do around that general area. Jumping up, I kind of like how this looks. I think it looks decent. Yeah. I mean, render and helium right now, like those are like two I should write. I don't have a pen and paper in front of me, but those are like two on my like watch list. You know what I mean? So yeah, because this would be the trade with this, which this I don't. You could probably do leverage on this on probably BloFin, I think, or probably MXC. I don't even. It's a big enough coin, I think. But if you were to do, if you just want to get an easy 1-to-1 or something right around there, which I think would make sense, back to $9 potentially. 16% stop loss, though. That's the thing. When will I sell a token like render? So that's a good question, actually. What I think I was mapping it out. I was talking about that before, what the goal is for this, and I believe it was around. I mean, long story short, I think it was a 3 or 4x from where we're right now. Oh yeah, this is the big point around $30 that I think you should be able to get up to. If we could get to that, that would be a place to start, like DCing out. It depends where we are. If you can get it up to like $30, like early to mid next year, that's why I would start DCing out slowly. In general, rule of thumb would be to sell most of this crap at the end of next year. You know what I mean? That would be general rule of thumb, but yeah. But that's like I said, guys, I've been talking about like the earliest, my main perspective was a general bullish July to November. And I think the most bullish of cases could be a bottom here and generally bullish until November. And I think the couple things that, we have that support that case: one, the charts are looking decent. Two, the election's coming up. Normally things do good coming into election with an incumbent running for re-election. That's another reason why they're probably going to stick with Biden too. I mean, employment's still generally low. Economy's still generally good. Stock market's going up. I mean, you're not going to, that's another reason why they would probably stick with them. But yeah, this is coming up too. So I think Cardano, this could be a decent. I know a lot of people, it's a polarizing coin. It is a polarizing coin, but I know that there's a decent shot of getting back up to 45.5 here. Like, I know, like, I'm going to give another little freebie to the people in the stream or whatever. Up to that point. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of these could come up a bit, obviously. Then if we look at Chainlink, right here, yeah, I do like Chainlink too, at least 15.5, I think. So the thing here with the weekly was you had the trigger of the weekly, completely a fail there, just got bottomed out. However, another one is forming, which kind of nullifies that blood diamond. And of most bullish of cases, you come up and hit 30 bucks potentially end of year. Maybe a double into the end of the year for this. Maybe. That's what I kind of like here. After November, I suppose a small correction. You know, I'd have to look at how things look then, but I think that you will see some type of correction at some point between November and, I don't know, March next year. I mean, it's, you know, trying to predict it this many months in advance is a little tough, but definitely got to see what happens. Yeah. Mm. Mm. I mean, in terms of like safe coins that will probably do very well over the next year to year and a half, Chainlink, Avalanche, Matic, you know, Near Protocol probably. Even Cardano. I know people hate Cardano, but even Cardano probably will do something. I mean, even XRP, I think is a joke and a half, but I mean, you know, it'll probably do something. Matic is similar to Atom too, in the sense that just hitting this point, which looks pretty good. Yeah, that area. What I like here. That does look decent. I mean, the thing too, Matic. I mean, just looking at how we could potentially try to trade some of these. I mean, didn't quite hit that lower point, but let's see if we did a stop around there. Yeah, I mean, 9%. That wick I would go with like that. Yeah, 61 cents, 60 cents, right around there. I mean, you probably could you. Oh yeah, I didn't even realize. Yeah, this is not a. Yeah, you'd go there for the 101. Could work out. Could work out. So the AVAX trade, I remember that. I believe it was bullish div on mainly bullish div on the 20 hours. A couple things, money flow coming up. I talked about it in the Discord. I could go over it again. I don't think I looked at AVAX like too much. I'll go over it briefly if you want. Sure. Let's see. Where is it? So hitting a big point right there, number one. Number two, I think I entered it right when the daily was confirming that. Daily bull div and your money flow is coming up, same thing on the 20. So a combination of kind of money flow coming up with bull divs and hitting a big area. That's essentially what it is, what it was. So yeah. And it looks like I mean, if you could, I think too, if you could break up out here, you're back at 35 bucks. I mean, it does look pretty good, damn good for crypto right now. So yeah, that's what I'll say. And we should be trading with the Ethereum ETF relatively soon. So yeah. I think too, if we look at like ETH versus Bitcoin, I think this is sort of a no-brainer. I mean, it would be highly unlikely this doesn't continue to, or this doesn't continue to jump against Bitcoin here. It'd be highly unlikely based on that. I mean, you know, don't be a full degenerate and convert all your Bitcoin into ETH, but I mean, I did convert a lot of it into ETH towards the bottom there. So I mean, you know, I think it's a good bet. That's all I'm saying. I mean, just like I converted some of my Apple stock into Tesla, just based on how things are looking at that. Arrow USD. So these ones are a little bit harder to predict. I mean, look, you're hitting a big area. It could jump here. I've heard some good things about this one, but I don't know. I think it's a little bit iffier than some of the bigger market cap alts. Harder to say. This could be a place you could jump though. The graph. This one could be, yeah, I have a little bit of this one. I mean, this could do pretty, could be something brewing here like everything else. Yeah, I kind of like the graph a little bit. I like how it's looking right now. I mean, everything looks decent. I mean, it's just that correction, that continuation upward it looks like. And I mean, this could, if you can get anywhere near all-time highs, you're looking at goddamn 10x here. So that'd be decent, yeah. I mean, this right now, I don't know if you probably could leverage trade this somewhere, but I mean, you know, trying to bring this up to frickin' that area right around there. I think that's a good bet. Right around 24 cents. I think so. It looks like continuation on Sol, yeah. INJ, yeah, I think that'll be an interesting one to look at, the new one. Obviously came down there, looking decent on the weekly. This is obviously, like for a lot of other things, the first place where we could, see some significant upside potential here. So yeah, I do indulge in I do like how this looks. It's probably a bigger correction than it really looks. Yeah, 57. Yeah, this could do something, absolutely. A jump back to these wicks right here, $28, absolutely possible, I would assume. Green dot in the daily. Well, there's no right or wrong answer for the most strong indication, but it is a good one, depending on the way money flow is going and a lot of other factors. I think ETH could jump, yeah, especially that's kind of double bottom. Just getting up to that point is what I'm really looking for here. Yeah, I'm just looking at what's the... Yeah, Matic jump. Yeah, it looks like everything's going to continue upward a little bit more, especially for next week or so. The copy trading has been going good. Let's take a look at that. I'll show you guys. So sign up on my link, and then if you click copy trade, and then you go here, search Evan Alda. This is the easiest way to do it, I think. I posted a link somewhere in the Discord as well. But so here's what we could look. We did 9 trades so far. So follow and profit was about $1,200 for the last 7 days, which was pretty good. And if we look at copiers so far, what people have done, I think this person only did like 1 trade, so they're down $50, but somebody made 1,000, so doing pretty good. I mean, no promises here, but I think you got a good shot of making a little bit maybe. But you can also follow the trades in Discord, so you don't have to do this. But we're trying it out. No promises on how long I'm going to do this or what's going to happen, but do so at your own risk, not financial advice. But yeah, 1,000 so far. I mean, I'm messing with a $10,000 account, so we'll see what we could get up to. So yeah. jumping up there on ETH, so I like how that's kind of looking. Yeah, I'm just trying to think on some of these. I mean, so Matic was, yeah, most of them are looking decent. I just want to look at, yeah, let's look at the, I just want to see how CoinGecko, or what's, so I just want to see what, okay, in terms of just market cap, what's in the, yeah, BNB, Tonko, XRP, still one of the top ones, yeah. TRX, yeah, you always forget about TRX. Polkadot, let's look at DOT. Wrong one. Got my lines on the, yeah, I mean, potentially jumping up higher on DOT. I do think DOT could do well. What was the, you know, right there to like those wicks. Yeah, you get the one-on-one on Chainlink. That may work out well because it's kind of a reverse head and shoulder situation there. I kind of like the Chainlink situation. Stop loss about 12%. Why the 22-minute? I don't know. I was messing around with stuff. I had some good luck with it at some points, but you definitely don't need that one. Think of ETH coming up here. I mean, what you could do for ETH too is like here to that. Yeah, just under that line I would go. You'd probably be fine. Yeah, most likely. I mean, anything could happen, but I kind of like how that's looking there. Kind of like it. He likes it. So yeah. Got my Rode microphone. Rode lavalier microphone on. Okay, that was Solani. Oh no. Oh, ICP. Is that fetch.ai? Yeah, I think it is, right? Yeah. Let's look at ICP. I have not looked at that in a minute. Insane clown posse. So that's really got destroyed. I guess that wick could be significant. Yeah, I mean you're getting some stuff here, so could jump up. I don't know if it's like one of the coins I've never freaking, or one of like the larger market caps I've just never traded. And I want to look at a potential setup here. Probably those wicks would probably right there, maybe even. I don't know. This is the most. I don't know if it's worth the risk to even mess with this, but decent risk reward ratio like that. Potentially some more upside or something. This I think could continue. So up to that point, 46 or more, all the way back. So Ethereum's definitely making a comeback, which is cool. And you know, ApeCoin we've looked at. 94 cents. I think you might be able to see a little bit more, although that is concerning right there. But what I've been looking at, kind of a weird ass reverse head and shoulder situation. If you can get back above 100, or excuse me, $1, there might be something brewing. That 2 week we're looking for as well. So we're just going to keep our eyes on this. Mutant API Club. They've been coming up a little bit, but it's still depressing. I mean, still, yeah. I guess people are saying Web3 is just done, failed, but I don't know. I feel like there's still a little bit more. Like there's still a little bit more here. Oh, am I looking at, yeah, PayPay? Oh, let me look at the one I have the shit drawn out. Yeah, CryptoFace was talking about PayPay. I don't know. I feel like this is getting towards the end. I don't know. I could be wrong. Trigger rate form on the daily. This could jump up a bit. If we look at Dogecoin here. Wrong one. Let's go on Binance. Jumping up. Oh, I kind of like. I've never had good luck trading Dogecoin, to be honest with you guys, but I kind of like what I'm seeing here potentially. I mean, it's that same kind of setup that a lot of stuff has, but I do kind of like this setup on Doge. So yeah, I'd probably rather take the Chainlink one, but yeah. Right here, Phantom could be something. Phantom definitely could be something. Because you got that shit, yeah. Let me see the daily, jumping a little bit higher. A lot of stuff happening. A lot of potential good setups in this market. It's like hard to know which damn setup to take. Like the Cardano, the Chainlink, the Matic. The Near might be freaking. Let me just look at that again. Oh, on the yeah. Then you're looking at that point a little bit different here. Anyway, guys, I don't know if there's too much else to talk about. What I want to look at just a little bit of. We could look at the TLT and so yeah, 230 TLT. Right there, jumping up, trying to jump up. Yeah, I mean, I think it'll eventually keep jumping up, but you know, it's probably gonna be choppy a little bit until they actually pivot. And if we look at some inflation metrics, I think I looked at oil earlier, which is sort of making a comeback a little bit. Cattle as well, so that's where it gets. You're just like, oh, this goddamn inflation, but I don't know. Like, I'm hoping we drop down, so the Fed could lower interest rates. That's what I'm really hoping. I mean. Right there. So yeah, that's oil. I mean, yeah. What we would hope for getting a pivot and for the the sake of the American economy and all that is for this to kind of reject from here. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, orange juice was the other one that was really high. That one I'm more optimistic on coming down. Okay, that election actually looks bearish. So orange juice is the main metric. That looks a little bit more bearish other than like the monthly, but it could jump here. Yeah, now you're starting to see the triggers. Dell was another, just to look at like some individual stocks. I mean, Dell was another. I mean, that monthly, I think you're going to lose some momentum here, but we'll see. And then, oh, yeah, we want to look at this guy, which is no bueno. Yeah, not too bueno. I wouldn't mess with this. I don't like that. Monthly's okay, but I don't like that 2 week. Blood diamond and shit. I mean, it could easily jump here, but I don't know. I don't know if she's got the momentum. Anyway, guys, I will see you guys soon. I'm going to get going. If you guys want to trade, check out the links down below for exchanges. If you deposit at least $100 in any of the exchanges down below, you don't even have to futures trade with that. You can just buy crypto or something with that or do what you want with that. And then if you do that and open a support ticket with your UID in the Discord, in the support channel in the Discord, I'll give you one free month there. And yeah, and then if you want to copy trade, sign up my link to FAIRDESK, go to copy trade, type in Evan Aldo. And yeah, no promises on that, not financial advice. Most people who do copy trading usually lose money. So far, the majority of our followers that have done it are pretty well ahead, but we'll see what happens. No promises. I may not do that for a real long time. We'll see what happens. So yeah, so check all that out. I think there's some good opportunities in the market right now. I will see you guys.